What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, What's Up G, back with another banger, and I am the best reporting on entertainment. Now, today they saying Floyd Mayweather then scammed everybody out of $400 million. We're going to look into this because this is getting crazy. Joe Rogan went crazy on him. Let me see.
McGregor did. It's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's absolutely, he needs money. You think he's going Once broke? Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Joe Rogan didn't hold back when he called out Floyd Mayweather, questioning the legitimacy of his claims about owning $402 million in 60 buildings. Mayweather's flashy numbers have been repeatedly denied by credible sources who argue that the wealth Floyd brags about is largely exaggerated. Despite the public image of a financial empire, it turns out Mayweather's supposed fortune might be a house of cards built on lies and false promises.
So Floyd is just piecing him up. Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. Floyd was just boxing him up, which is what he does. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him. It doesn't even hurt his record. Also money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive, though, but...
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
They give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's a tax write-off. There's all sorts of things that goes into
Yeah, you
that.
got a good point. But those $1 million watches, they're not giving you those.
As seen in his evolution, Floyd moved from being an exciting boxing fighter to becoming Money Mayweather. Joe Rogan commented on how Floyd stopped focusing on the thrill of boxing and instead began to care more about money while frequently disrespecting his opponents.
Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter and he had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's great.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Joe Rogan has also pointed out that Floyd is not remembered only for his boxing ability, but more for the amount of money he holds. He's one of the most famous boxers in history, yet Rogan criticizes the idea of him entering MMA, clearly stating that Floyd would get destroyed in that sport. This reflects how even respected commentators have questioned his actual adaptability and skill outside boxing.
Floyd Mayweather applying for MMA license wants 6 to 8 months to train. He's screwed. First of all, they should give him everything they can get their greasy paws on to get him to fight Conor in an MMA fight.
You'd be screwed.
It's not just getting screwed. Like someone said it should be a 1,000.
Nah, Floyd got to stay as far away from MMA as possible. MMA ain't nothing nice. It's and not that I'm saying that it's more of a sport than boxing, because I don't believe it is. It's a whole nother beast over there. It's a whole nother sport that you got to respect. And if you go in there with no respect, it ain't going to work out for you.
To 1, that's not high enough. It's not high enough. If Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather in MMA, it is as close to 100% as anything ever gets ever. He's probably going to punch Conor in the face a couple of times. It's probably going to suck, but Conor's going to get a hold of him. And then he's going to be like a baby. And if that doesn't happen, he'll kick Floyd's legs out from under him. He'll kick his legs sideways. He'll kick them from the outside. He'll kick them from the inside. He'll stay way the way from any sort of a range where Floyd can punch him. It'll be a completely alien range for Floyd.
In another instance, Joe Rogan highlighted Floyd's power by telling the story of how Mayweather allegedly fired a referee in the middle of a fight. Rogan emphasized that such a move could only be pulled off by someone like Floyd, who's at the very top of boxing, both in terms of fame and influence. This moment again shows how deeply Floyd's money impacts every corner of his career.
The referee said Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle of the bout. Floyd throws this punch, and he's 100% correct. The punch landed the side of the head. It's a right hook. It's a perfect punch. And the referee was saying, watch the back of the head. He's like, what the are you talking about? And so he kicks the guy out, and they bring in a different referee who finishes the fight.
Crazy.
It was insanity.
According to Rogan, Floyd's unmatched competitiveness came from his
I never seen that before. Did I miss something? Because I thought I seen everything from Floyd. I must have missed something. We got to tap into this after this fight. Whoa.
upbringing. His father and uncle were both deeply competitive and taught him to push himself in everything he did. This shaped him into the dominant fighter he became in his prime. However, this competitive nature also seems to have spilled into how he approaches business and wealth today.
You'll just look at boxing in terms of like how often do you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking shit. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time and the boxing skill.
Floyd once claimed he earns $3 million every month, suggesting that he makes more than Bill Gates. While these statements might impress fans, anyone familiar with how boxing paydays and pay-per-view models work would know these claims are more fantasy than fact. Experts have largely dismissed such numbers, pointing out that they just don't add up realistically.
And Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way. If he makes what did he say, 300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there you go.
Floyd has always spoken about how money is central to his
Yeah, $300 million a month is insane. Like, that's like insane. Like, if you really break down who's making $300 million a month consistently, you saying you've been doing this and you're going to continue to? Like, that's a lot of money.
life. He even says he wants his children to follow in his footsteps and do the same business as he does. His main focus, he says, is creating generational wealth. But this philosophy has also made him a target of criticism from those who believe he prioritizes cash over character.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
I say this with Floyd. There was a point in his career where he was chasing a dream, trying to get somewhere, and once he got there, he turned around and said, aha. You get what I'm saying? And in that moment, he changed. And a lot of people don't like how he changed. You get what I'm saying? He was chasing it. He had the world against him. He wasn't everybody's favorite. Everybody loved Roy Jones. I'm going to be all the way honest. Everybody loved Roy Jones. They loved the flashiness of him. Then he came along and he had the flashiness early on, but ain't nobody really want to fight him. I'm going to be honest. Ain't nobody want to fight Floyd when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. But then once he got in position, because he talked about it, he said, I was the B side, but once I became the A side, he tells you how he thinks. Once he became the A side, he was like, no, now y'all got to deal with me. And what y'all did to me, I'm going to make, he basically was on some time like, I'm going to make y'all pay. Y'all going to, and if y'all ain't going to pay by me getting in the ring with y'all, y'all going to pay by waking up having to see me every day. Yeah, I don't care about nobody. He was on the type time like, dad, for whatever you did to me growing up, uncle, whatever you did to me growing up, fellow boxers, whatever you did to me growing up. I don't care if it was the Nevada Boxing Commission. Whatever they did to him growing up, he was hell bent on making everybody pay once he became Money Mayweather. You get what I'm saying? You know how they say money makes you not necessarily change, but it makes you more of what you already were. So whoever he was on the inside, as he was coming up and going through things, he didn't have like a forgiving mindset. He had a person inside him that said, yo, I can't wait to get on because I'm smoke all y'all. I got something for all y'all. Wait till I get the money. And in that moment, he changed. He stopped boxing the same. He became all about the money, all he talks about. He stopped talking about like, just morals and stuff like that. And it was just all about the money. Then you mix him with 50 Cent, basically targeting his intelligence. And then he wanted to sound like he understood money. This is all in a chronological order. And with him becoming Money Mayweather, with him wanting to sound like he understands money, he became a whole nother person. And it's okay to evolve into somebody else. But if you evolve into somebody with negative traits, you can't get mad at the world once everything ain't going good. You get what I'm saying? And now they're saying it's been reported by Business Insider that the condos that he bought in New York, he actually doesn't own. So he was actually lying, saying nobody helped him with his investment on the condos because Business Insider, if you're familiar with Business Insider, they came out and said they checked the records and said the ownership of those buildings never changed. I mean, Floyd took pictures in front of them and everything. And he was doing seminars for people saying that he owned them. That's where the scam comes in, because you're saying this and then you're going on a world tour doing seminars, telling these kids things that just like you haven't done. So we'll see how this plays out. It's a tricky situation. I enjoyed Pretty Boy Floyd more than I enjoyed Money Mayweather. I'll be honest. Earlier in his career, he was a monster. But I think just focusing on the money, I think he got a new group of fans. You ever come up with somebody, like watch somebody come up, and then once they get there, for some reason, you just stop watching them as much and stop caring because they got like a new group of fans. Like it always happens, especially with like music. I do a lot of reactions on music. You might have like an underground artist, and then when he gets to that peak, you still cheering him on. It's just he has a new group of fans, and he might be selling 1 million records and not 100K. And it's just as he changes, everything else changes. All right, so it's your boy, What's Up, Jay. Don't forget to drop a like on this. Let me know what y'all feel about this. Is Floyd Mayweather going broke? And how do you feel about that? And how do you feel about his transition from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather to where we are today? All right, so it's your boy, What's Up, Jay. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all today, I love y'all. I'm out, y'all.